Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, I'm gonna talk about JINNS. JINNS, JINNS. As y'all know, like it is mentioned in the Quran, in this world living with us we have jinns. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created us, the mankind, and the jinns. For what? To worship Him only alone. There's good and bad jinns. These good jinns, they follow the word of Allah Azza wa Jal, and these bad jinns that they don't follow and they are rebellions, they follow Iblis. So the jinns, they can interact in our lives. They should not, but they can. They can disturb our lives and they can basically attack us and try to destroy our lives. There's different ways how can the jinn perform on you. It can be about, black magic, sihr. It can be about evil eye. It can be about committing sins. It can be about being in places that, dirty places that jinns reside, and you might, be affected, you might attract some. Or it can be about haram stuff. So the jinns, let's say in sihr, black magic, we know that this exists, we know that this is forbidden, we know that individuals perform it, How a magician performs a black magic. The deal of performing a black magic, the magician, when he wants to attack the person, by performing the black magic, he sends some jinns to attack and to destroy that person's life. That's how it is. He throws some arrows on that person, and those arrows will be jinns. A jinn can affect your life. He can basically block your blessings. He can basically disturb you. He can basically make you fall into sins over and over and over again. He can basically manipulate you. He can basically possess you. There's levels until he can get to the possession, but he can possess you. If you feel that everything is going wrong in your life, all the doors are blocked, you having nightmares all the time, you're having sleep paralysis, stuff like that, you're hearing voices, you see black shadows, stuff like that, that's a jinn. That's a sign that you have a jinn. You have a jinn, or there's a jinn over there around you. It might be on your house, it might be next to you, it might be inside you. There's different type of jinns. There's those jinns that they can possess. There's those jinns that they cannot possess, but they just be around on the place that you are. And there's those jinns that they can live, come and go, like they can fly. There's jinns that they can fly, there's jinns that they cannot fly. Those jinns that they can fly, they can come and go. So while you protecting yourself and stuff like that, doing your ruqya and stuff like that, you might expel the jinn, but he might come back if he's a flying jinn. or if that jinn is too attached to you, it might take time to get rid of that jinn. You have loveful jinns, jinns that they feel attracted to you, and they live with you. In this way that I'm saying is, they inside of you, they're attracted to you, they live with you, and they make you basically commit sins like zina or masturbation. Because those jinns, they have, how I'm gonna say, they have relationship with you. If you feel that you're falling into masturbation, you're masturbating a lot, and so on, and you don't even have the intention to do it, but you just fall into that thought, you have some was in your mind, and you're not even thinking about it, but that was it comes to your mind, and you just literally think about that thought. It's enough for the shaitan or for the jinns manipulate you, because you already opened the door for that thought. And sometimes you fall into sins, or into haram, and you even had the intention, but you was weak and you just fell into that trap of the jinns, of the shaitan. When it's regarding into zina and into masturbation, those sins, you have that thought, but the thought is not yours, but you listen to the thought, and in the end you fell into that trap and you perform it and you regret it. That's the jinn. That's the loveful jinn. And that jinn, he have sex with you. When you masturbate, you basically having sex with that jinn. The jinn is feeding of your energy, of your sexual energy, and that's how it is. And those specific jinns, the loveful jinns, they only make you fall into these sins, masturbation or zina, because they are attracted to you and they feed off your energy. You have a different other jinns that they come to destroy you, always trying to, how I'm gonna say, scare you, or make you fall into sins until they can have a chance to basically destroy you, kill you. And that's possible. You have levels into the jinns realm, you have levels into the shayateens, and how they perform and they act. There's different functions that they have, different not meanings, but different, how I'm gonna say, it's not meanings, it's different different reasons. Okay, let's say in this way, different reasons why they act, or why they move like that. So protection for the jinns. You should always make your salah on time. You should always read the Quran. You should always protect yourself with the adhkars. You should always do wudu for any salah. You should always protect yourself from these attacks. If you see, let's say, internet, that's a way, that's a door that they will use it for you to fall into the sin. Delete the websites, block the internet. Don't go delete social media when you're falling girls and stuff like that, like girls that they dressing in a way that they should not dress, like inappropriated, and you watching, and even you don't have that intention just to watch, you just scrolling, but the jinn is bringing a thought of you. It's bringing a thought to your head, and about, you know, those kind of girls and stuff like that, and you might be falling into that trap by thinking on that waswas, and in the end you just give him power and to the jinn to manipulate in your life, and you might end it up, you know, falling into a sin. There's a lot of, you know, brothers and sisters, you know, stuck into, you know, those sins, pornography and stuff like that. That's the weapon of the shaitan. Pornography and stuff like that, that destroys your life. It makes you feel insecure. It destroys your brain. You know, it makes you feel on a way that you are weak, and you basically cannot focus on your deen. You cannot fight back against the sins, and the more you sin, your heart is just gonna become black, and you're not gonna regret it, and you're not gonna, you know, feel, you know, that was wrong. You're gonna get to a point that sinning is gonna become normal, and you in that position you're gonna be completely under control of the jinns or the shaitan. So this is all weapons from jinns, shaitan, to come to destroy your life. For this, hearing voices as well, I made a video about hearing voices as well. It's a sign, you know, that you know, have jinns on you. You know, people, you know, sometimes they can do certain things that they never done it before, or they can, you know, they have a lot of knowledge from nowhere, knowledge without, you know, knowing that they had that knowledge, but they have that knowledge, or speaking a lot of languages, or, you know, having a specific strength when they get angry and stuff like that. That's the jinns. That's the jinn. That's possession. That's the jinns. And it's all the attacks that the shaitan performs is into your mind. It's to make your mind weak. As soon as your mind is weak, he can basically overtake you, and he can manipulate you and make you fall into sins, into haram, and to a point just to destroy your life. So pray always on time, seek refuge in Allah, fear Allah, ask always for forgiveness, you know, be sincere in your forgiveness. Allah Azza wa Jal know what's going on. Allah Azza wa Jal is watching you all the time. Allah Azza wa Jal know your intention. Allah Azza wa Jal knows that you're having problems, and sometimes you cannot, you know, sometimes you are weak enough, and we human beings, we are weak. So that's why we have to seek refuge in Allah from the evil. That's why we have to obey Allah. Perform ruqya. Listen to some ruqya. These people, they listen to ruqya on the internet. It might help. It helps. And the thing is, to have an effect on you, the ruqya, you should not commit a sin, because you're giving just strength to the jinn, because you're performing ruqya and later on you're going to commit a sin. The jinn is not becoming weak, it's just becoming stronger because he's feeding off your sin. So perform ruqya, do the adhkars, protection, recite the Ayatul Kursi before go to bed. Clean your bed. Ask for forgiveness. Never miss your salah, and inshallah the problem will go away from your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.